So the Chicago Bears are set up perfectly to take advantage of a connection absolutely nobody is covering, and there's a wrinkle to this upcoming NFL draft, and it's got to do with the Las Vegas Raiders. Nobody's talking about it, and to me, it's a pretty obvious connection, a pretty obvious situation that should greatly benefit the Bears, and nobody's really catching it. And look, I think the Bears, most notably our head coach Ben Johnson, I think they absolutely love Ashton Jeanty at number 10 overall. But the thing is, how could that be possible without doing something ill-advised like trading up? I'm not advocating for that. Before I outline these new developments, leave an answer in the comments for this. Who will be the top performing wideout for the Bears next season? I think it's down to DJ or Rome. If you've got another guy to throw into the mix, please let me know. But let's do a yardage touchdown prediction. I'll look forward to chopping that up in the comments with you. So let's have some fun with it. So let's get back to Jeanty. There's a couple new developments that make this 100% plausible, and it's kind of led by Matt Miller, not the failed Lions general manager. Matt Miller of ESPN supports this belief of their interest, and I'm just going to directly quote. The Bears absolutely love Ashton Jeanty, and this is according to scouts around the league who have observed the team's activity this offseason. So the Boise State running back could be the pick at number 10 if he's still around. That's key, right? And you can find connections to Ashton Jeanty and the Chicago Bears absolutely everywhere, but this thought of if he's still around, because the thing is, the popular opinion on this is that he won't even be there at 10, so the Bears can forget about it, right? Don't even talk about it. He's going to be gone. The Raiders and Saints are there, but not so fast. It's looking more and more like Jeanty is going to fall into the Bears' laps. And the thought of him being in this new offense with new head coach Ben Johnson, all the creativity, the way he could use him, I think it sounds like a lot of fun. And personally, I think this is going to happen for sure, you guys. And I talked about yesterday that the Saints now are in need of a quarterback desperately. It kind of takes them off the menu for Jeanty. Shedeur Sanders is likely going to be their new quarterback because this is with a new offensive-minded head coach and with Derek Carr likely to miss the entire 2025 season with a shoulder injury. And now you have Vegas, what they're doing. I always say on this show, Vegas knows, follow the sharp money. It doesn't say everything, but it's really indicative of what's happening. And Vegas somehow knows these things. The betting odds now have shifted. The Bears are now the favorites to draft Jeanty with the odds currently at plus 130 at DraftKings. So keep that in mind. So now let's shift here. What's with the Raiders? I thought Jeanty was a lock to them, right? There's also been a shift. So previously, the Raiders, they were favored to pick Jeanty at the number 6 overall at minus 130. And the Chicago Bears were the favorite to be second in line with the number 10 pick at plus 240. Pretty wide gulf there. But now, if you look back to what I just said, the Bears are now the favorites to draft Jeanty, with the odds now being at 130 in their favor at DraftKings. So like a complete shift, a complete switch between these two teams. So you got to think, why the Vegas shift on the Raiders now no longer being the favorites? And I mean, this video isn't going to focus on betting odds, but this is significant. Once again, it does move the needle. Why is nobody talking about their new offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly, with the Raiders? Did you know what college he just coached to a national championship from the offensive coordinator position? Guys, he just won a natty with Ohio State, and he was just lured to Las Vegas to be their offensive coordinator. Do you honestly think that part of that didn't include a lot of pull with not only the offensive scheme, but the players to do it with? I think Chip Kelly holds the keys to this rushing attack for the Raiders. Pete Carroll, I think he's going to want to whip this defense into shape, starting with the draft. And there's 2 stud running backs. You guys know about them. 2 studs in this draft that Chip Kelly, he just coached last year, and at least one of them are going to be available in the second round in just a crazy deep running back class. Quinshon Judkins, right? Travion Henderson from Ohio State. Now, there's been some connections drawn between the Bears and Henderson lately. I'm not going to really cover it. I think it's weird. Somehow Eric Bieniemy and him have a relationship, but I think it's kind of draft speak. The Raiders have so many holes to fill on this team. They're not like the Chicago Bears. And a first-round running back for them, it would be such a luxury pick, and I don't think they're going to do it. I actually see Pete Carroll drafting Michigan cornerback Will Johnson here. Totally fits in with what Pete Carroll does with teams. Just an absolute stud. And you better believe that Carroll wants a strong secondary. And now, with the guidance of Chip Kelly, one of these Ohio State running backs would be a great solution for them. So if we do, let's look at Albert Breer from Sports Illustrated. He addressed several fan questions. One of these questions concerned Las Vegas's options in the first round. Breer suggested that the Raiders should avoid a running back with the number 6 pick and take one of Chip Kelly's old backs in the second round instead. I don't know if the Raiders right now are in a position to draft a running back that high, said Breer. There's a lot of depth in the running back class, so they should come back and get one of the Ohio State running backs, get a Quinshon Judkins or maybe a Travion Henderson. I mean, let's look at this a little more. Pete Carroll, he hired Kelly to be the Raiders offensive coordinator this season after his just impressive performance with Ohio State, winning that national championship. He helped the Buckeyes to the Natty, and his use of Judkins and Henderson were such a huge part of that offense, such a big reason that they won this national championship. And he's on now a team with just a slew of other needs. And also, either one of these backs, they'd slide right in as week 1 starter, already familiar with Kelly's offense immediately. A need is there as well. The backs on the roster are Sincere McCormick and Raheem Mostert. So let's kind of look at this just a little bit more. I think this clears the way for the Bears to do what their pattern has been this offseason as well. It's not all about what the Raiders are doing. Now, I'm not talking about what we as fans want them to do. I'm looking at what they have been doing, and this is really significant. Not messing around at coach this time, right? Sure, there's options. Sure, there's qualified guys to come in and do a good job. But the Bears were like, why not just get the top-rated guy? So Ben Johnson, welcome to Chicago. Oh, we need a center. Why not save money and get Kelly from Indy, right? He's really experienced, really balanced. No, we're not going to do that. Drew Dahlman is the top-rated guy. He's available. Welcome to Chicago. Pull the trigger. Stop outsmarting ourselves. Just get the top guy available. And then along with the fact that Ben Johnson, he's used a 12th overall before on Jahmyr Gibbs. He got absolutely slammed for it at the time. But if you look at the Lions offense, are you saying you would hesitate to take Jahmyr Gibbs with the first round draft pick if you see how this offense operates under Ben Johnson? Absolutely not. The Lions front office pulled the trigger, but of course, Johnson had a lot of say in this. So I think it very much fits the pattern. I don't know that I'm 100% right. This is just what I believe is going to happen. Jeanty is the highest rated guy across the board. The O-line class just isn't that impressive in the first round. I think the meat of that is in day 2 and day 3. Best player available. Chicago pulls the trigger. Welcome to Chicago, Ashton Jeanty. And this is while the Bears, they have a quality starting back in DeAndre Swift. We know that. That's debatable, but let's just be gentle here. Ben Johnson has shown that he's at his best with 2 elite tailbacks in the backfield. It's exactly why reports have been brewing recently about the organization's interest in Jeanty, as this draft is, 2 weeks away, which is crazy. We've got a Heisman runner-up who made a run at Barry Sanders' hallowed Division I single-season rushing record, widely expected to be the number 1 running back available, and I think it's just going to happen. We've got Travis Hunter's 2-way season narrowly edging out Jeanty for the Heisman. I'm excited about the prospect of this and this new development with the Saints, this new development with the Raiders that I'm outlining. Should be really common sense that they're not going to do Jeanty. You guys let me know what you want to say in the comments. I'm sure a lot of you guys will absolutely hate the prospect of this happening, but I'm starting to like it more and more, and I think it's going to happen. You guys bear down, and we'll talk soon. See ya.